is hearing from more Enron executives today. The energy company's Chief Accounting Officer, Richard Causey, and the Chief Risk Officer, Richard Bai, were sworn in. But both men are refusing to testify under the Fifth Amendment. Former Enron Chief Financial Officer, Andrew Fastow, and former Global Finance Chief, Michael Cooper, have also refused to testify. Lawmakers, however, are vowing to get to the bottom of Enron's collapse. Former Enron President and CEO Jeffrey Skilling is expected to testify.
More detainees arrived at Guantanamo Bay Naval Base today. That tops our look at the latest on the war against terror. There are now 186 detainees at the naval base. A plane carrying 28 more arrived from Afghanistan late this afternoon, 6 of them on stretchers. And Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld says President Bush wants to set the right precedent. That's one reason he decided the Taliban prisoners should be covered by the Geneva Convention. He insisted the same protections will not apply to al-Qaeda members.
Hundreds of passengers were evacuated from Baltimore Washington International Airport today because of a security breach. The evacuation was ordered by the FAA and affects passengers in 1 concourse and on 5 Southwest airline jets. The passengers will be re-screened while the concourse is searched. Argent Bright Security was responsible for securing the concourse. Yesterday, the Department of Transportation said it was breaking ties with Argent Bright because of security problems in the past. The exact nature of today's problem is unknown.
One day before opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics, police in Salt Lake City blew up a suspicious package. They found it next to a downtown parking garage. Police say it was a plastic grocery bag containing what appeared to be wrapped up highway flares. That site is about 3 blocks from the nearest Olympic venue. Staying with news from the Olympic Games now, opening ceremonies for the 2002 Olympics begin tomorrow night. And the question everybody's asking is, who will light the flame? After traveling almost 14,000 miles across the country, the Olympic torch will light the cauldron at Rice-Eccles Stadium. And the person who will actually light the flame, well, we'll have to wait, I guess, until tomorrow night, because we sure don't know here.
My best friend is actually at BYU in Utah, and
really?
a couple days ago, she said she was about 3 feet as the torch passed by. So.
Wow, it's got to be fun to be there.
Yes.
What's coming up in weather?
Well, no snow.
No
Sorry,
snow.
Dustin.
Okay.
But we will have a little bit on whether we're going to see any precipitation in the forecast and whether or not you're going to need your sunglasses for the next couple of days, so stay tuned. Temperatures around the area look pretty nice right now. We are seeing 36 degrees in South Bend, 42 in Fort Wayne, 44 and 48 degrees Muncie and Indianapolis. Lafayette's a little chilly, 35 degrees right now, but Terre Haute and Evansville, they look pretty nice at 46 degrees. Current conditions outside right now, again, it is clear, the sun is shining, we are having temperatures 44 degrees. You can't get much better than that considering it's the beginning of February. Humidity is at 49 degrees, wind is west at 16 miles per hour. For our satellite picture, you can see there is some clouds moving in off of the Pacific up here in Washington, Oregon, North California, but that will be keeping the precipitation mainly right here in this area. We do not expect to see that affect anything to do with us anytime soon. This moisture plume that we had earlier this week has moved out of the area. As you can see, it's now off heading out into the Atlantic Ocean. We shouldn't be seeing any more precipitation for the next couple of days. However, there is a possibility for some later on. Again, here's the low that moved off the coast tonight. We will be seeing clearing skies for the next 2 or 3 days. Still, the snow out here in the Washington and Oregon area, that's just going to stay right there. For the lows tonight, we are going to be in the 20s. However, that's not that odd for this time of year. Just be thankful that during the day we are seeing 40s. For tonight, it's going to be 29 degrees, clear, wind's going to be west at 11 miles per hour. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be sunny. Temperature's 36 degrees as you're making your morning commute to work or to school. So break out those sunglasses, but make sure to bundle up. Wind's going to be northwest at 8 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we are going to be seeing basically clear skies throughout the United States, a little bit of snow right through the Dakotas, but other than that, we're just not going to be seeing much of anything. For the highs tomorrow, we're going to be in the 40s, just below us to the 50s, and down in Texas is going to see 60s. Some parts of Florida is going to see 60s. It's too bad that's not us, but we'll take the 40s. For tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see sun, High is going to be 52 degrees, which is absolutely wonderful. Wind's going to be northwest at 10 miles per hour. And for our 3-day outlook, we are looking at 51 degrees on Saturday, and we are going to be seeing lots of rain possibly on Saturday. So that's precipitation I was talking about. Sunday, we're going to be seeing partly cloudy skies, so that rain should be moving out of the area. High of 40 degrees, and Monday, again, partly sunny skies, 43 degrees, lows all in like the 20s. So it's going to be a little chilly at night, but still not bad during the day.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning. Sun.
This is Alyssa's kind of weather. Thanks, Katie. Sports coming up next. What you got for us, Zach?
Well, coming up in sports next, the Cardinals will travel to Ohio to face the Bobcats as they hope to improve their mark against winning teams on the road. I will have that and more on sports next. Struggling on the road this season, Ball State headed to Northern Illinois on Tuesday, where they hadn't lost since 1986, to try and gain momentum away from Worthern Arena. Chris Williams broke out with a career-high 31 points against a surprising Husky squad, who hung with the Cards for most of the second half, falling to the Cards 86-81. Ball State will test their road weariness once again this weekend at Ohio University, where the Bobcats have played well. The Cats are 7-2 at the Convo this year, with wins over Wisconsin and Marshall. So the Cards will need all the momentum they can muster. Ball State is 0-3 on the road this year against teams with winning records. Sophomore Jonah Goff drilled 3 long balls in the first half en route to a season-high 24 points as the Ball State women's basketball team posted its 7th straight win. BSU continues to hold the top spot in the MAC West at 17-4 overall and 9-1 in conference play. The Lady Cards hope to continue their winning ways on Saturday afternoon at Worthern Arena when they take on the Buffalo Bulls in another MAC West division matchup. Coming off a blowout loss at Western Michigan on Tuesday, the Bulls must now come to Muncie, where the Cards have won 9 straight by an average margin of 27 points. Game time is at 3 p.m. on Saturday, so come watch root on the Lady Cards. Preseason polls conducted by USA Today Baseball Weekly and ESPN ranked the Ball State University baseball team among the top teams in the country. The Cards 35-23 last season received 20 votes in the poll, which would place them at 37th in the country. BSU was the only Mid-American Conference team to receive votes. The top spot in the poll was grabbed by Stanford, who went 51-17 and earned a spot in the 2001 College World Series. The Ball State baseball team has also been ranked by several other publications during the 2002 preseason. Collegiate Baseball gave the Cardinals their highest ranking, naming the team 28th in the country, while the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association ranked BSU squad 35th. The Cards kick off the 2002 season on February 22nd against Eastern Kentucky. Now on to NBA basketball. Los Angeles Lakers center Shaquille O'Neal, still bothered by a toe injury, will not play in Sunday's All-Star game in Philadelphia. Elton Brand instead will take his place, and he is a member of the Los Angeles Clippers. O'Neal's place on the Lakers hope to use the easiest part of their schedule to get O'Neal at least 8 days off. O'Neal did not play in Wednesday night's 97-89 loss at home to the Chicago Bulls. The Lakers don't play again until Tuesday night when Michael Jordan and the Washington Wizards visit Staples Center. Lakers coach Phil Jackson said he didn't have a strong opinion on whether or not O'Neal plays in the All-Star game. Now, it's been a wild couple of days for the members of the Patriots who are representing the AFC in the Pro Bowl. They travel to New Orleans, to Boston, and then all the way to Hawaii with a stop in Orlando for Tom Brady. In a little more than 48 hours, Lawyer Malloy, Ty Law, Troy Brown, and Brady left Boston after New England's victory parade on Tuesday and arrived in Honolulu at 1 a.m. Wednesday after a 10-hour flight on Boston Patriots owner Bob Kraft's private plane. A little over 8 hours later, they stepped onto the field at Honolulu Stadium, Super Bowl champions. That's it for sports.
Okay, not too bad to be in Hawaii. I almost said Ohio.
Hawaii. To be in Hawaii.
Much better to be in Hawaii than Ohio, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little bit nicer climate, isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Zach.
No problem.
When NewsCenter returns, we'll take one last look at your weekend forecast.
And how salt has supposedly affected world history. Stay tuned. Well, maybe you avoid avoid it, maybe you sprinkle it on everything you eat. The Greek poet Homer once described salt as a divine substance.
And now a New York author has written an entire book on salt and how it's affected world history. Who better to tell this story than our saltiest reporter, CNN's Jeannie Moose.
We get on fries, we spread it on sidewalks. Even cows like a good lick. And now there's a book worth its salt, not recommended for those on a diet of low-salt literature.
It took considerable discipline to keep it down to 500 pages.
Complete with chapters like the odium of sodium.
Salt is the only rock, that we take and we say, this is food.
Author Mark Kurlansky has his own rock salt collection, which he offers to guests.
Salt?
Have a lot of people licked the same rock?
No, I give everyone a different rock.
If you think what comes out of the shaker is less than earth-shaking, check out the salt beds of Bolivia, where the salt looks like snow, and there's even a hotel built out of salt, from the walls to the chairs.
When the sun comes inside, all is sparkling and bright.
Salt used to be what oil is to us now. Elizabeth I warned the British people about
Our dangerous dependence on foreign salt.
We know salt raises blood pressure, but how about libido? This French engraving from the 12th century shows women salting their husbands.
In the hopes that they would perform better.
The word salacious comes from salt. Salt was used to preserve everything from food to mummies.
Since it prevents rot, it wards off evil. So in Haitian voodoo, salt is the only way you can bring back a zombie.
Sumo wrestlers toss salt to chase away evil spirits. Some consider spilled salt bad luck. By tossing it over the shoulder, we throw away bad luck.
If you look closely at the painting of the Last Supper, you will see that there is a spilled salt cellar in front of Judas.
Though the Last Supper is too murky for us to make out. Eventually, technology made finding and excavating salt easy, so its value declined. Morton succeeded in making crystals uniform in size.
They are square.
Then there's that catchy but puzzling slogan, when it rains, it pours, explained by the fact that in the old days, moisture caused salt to clump together, till Morton's introduced an anti-caking agent. So it's when it rains, it still pours, basically.
The salt pours from the shaker when it rains. Yeah.
Don't take this subject with a mere grain of salt. The other one was better. No. This is a book for seasoned readers. Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York.
Okay, tonight we're going to be looking at temperatures around 29 degrees. Tomorrow we will be seeing temperatures around 52 degrees, and it will be clear. And then for our 3-day, we will be looking at rain on Saturday and sun Sunday and Monday. So
Okay,
that's our forecast.
thanks.
Coming up new at 9:30, a 5th IU fraternity is in trouble for alcohol rule violations. Ball State has implemented similar rules, but with a degree of success. NewsCenter's Jim Vandy has the story. Plus, Milan Willie will have your wake-up weather for tomorrow. Thanks for joining us at NewsCenter at 5:30. I'm Melissa Rossame.
And I'm Dustin Grove. NewsCenter 43 is an official CNN Student Bureau. Be sure to tune in tonight for NewsCenter at 9:30. See you then.